right, it says that I am live. So welcome everybody. Welcome to another daily live, the Obs the Obs-Session version here. It's clear once again in southeastern Arizona. So once again, I'm out under the night sky collecting photons and gonna go a bit insane tonight with the collection of photons. So come on in, everybody. Welcome. Hope everybody's doing well. Starting a little tiny bit early because I'm sort of in a pausing mode. I'm actually waiting for astronomical twilight to end, um, and that should be happening pretty soon. So I'm gonna I'm gonna try to monitor this chat. Oogie boogie, hey there, Tim. Nice to see you. Hope the streams a little bit better today. Uh, yeah, okay. Well, Tim looks like he just popped in and popped out, gave me a thumb. Everything's well here. As I said, it's clear. It's been cloudy all day, but the forecast was for it to clear up right about now, and that's exactly what it has done. So it's completely clear here. Might have a few clouds. I'm gonna be monitoring them a little bit here, but now I'm basically just waiting for astronomical twilight. I actually have about 20 minutes before astronomical twilight ends, right? There's sunset. Oh, okay. You're still here. I'm just showing 0 viewers. So, okay, well now I'm showing 1 viewer. All right. I don't understand any of this technology stuff. It's too hard. Too hard. Um, anyway, so waiting for astronomical twilight. I've got about 20 minutes or so until astronomical twilight ends. Hey there, Tom. Nice to see you there. Um, so at sunset, I'm just I'm I've already got my camera running, and I'm looking for Messier 79 while I'm waiting for astronomical twilight. So sunset occurs, right? And then when the sun is 6 degrees below the horizon, that is the end of civil twilight. When the sun goes to 12 degrees below the horizon, that's the end of nautical twilight. And let's see, uh, astronomical twilight ends here at this latitude about an hour and a half or so after sunset. So I get about 30 minutes of civil twilight, 30 minutes of nautical twilight, and 30 minutes of astronomical twilight, and that's what I'm in right now. I'm about 20 minutes away from the end of astronomical twilight. So what I'm doing in the meantime, I've already done a skyline, so that's all well. I've done the focus, um, and so I'm going on to M79, just sort of killing time. Now, I've got a busy program tonight. I'm going to be observing 3 different kinds of objects. For the past couple of weeks, I've been having some problems with the scope. Turns out that in about um, 10 minutes or so. So I'm not going to catch the entire thing, but I'm going to try to catch a lot of it. I'm definitely going to be able to catch the minimum. The minimum is about 3:30 UTC. Um, oh, and yeah, since it started about 0:15, yeah, obviously it's already been going for a while, but I'm going to catch it on its way down, and then I'm going to catch it at its minimum, and then I'm going to catch it on its way up. So we'll see. There's about a 1 magnitude or point nine magnitude variation between its brightest and its faintest. So here's hoping with that. I'm going to be observing the asteroid Juno, um, and this will be a first. I'm I've been racking my brain trying to remember if I've ever looked at or observed an asteroid through any telescope at all, and I don't think I ever have. So you're going to be witnessing a first here on Astronomy Daily Live. Yeah, Tim, the buffering is an ongoing saga. I wonder if there's anything that I can do to change the quality of my broadcast here. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I have any control over that whatsoever. So sorry about that. Yeah, it's buffering. So yeah, my apologies there. So I'm going to be observing the asteroid Juno, and then I'm going to be observing the globular cluster Messier 79. So that's sort of what I'm going after first is Messier 79, and I just slewed over to that location in the sky, and now I'm trying to figure out um, uh, where I'm pointing in the sky using my charts. So, without any further ado, I'm going to scoot you all over. Is that the same? Uh, yeah, you guys, I might consider that actually. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in on the image that I've got here, crunch it here for you. So you can really see what's going on. I'm going to make that maybe a little smaller, something like that. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a pretty busy field of stars here. I've got this guy, I've got these guys way down here. So, dang nabbit, I should be able to see a pattern. And I was looking before. In fact, I might even have a bright star way up here too, way up in the corner. Um, so yeah, I should be able to find this pattern on my extremely busy chart. Now there's where M79 is supposed to be. And as you can see, this is a very rich area of sky. So there's lots of stars. Um, I didn't print out my field of view size, a little purple box. So I'm taking a little bit of time here to calibrate, but I've got time, right? I've got 10 minutes, a little bit more than 10 minutes to sort of get my bearings and work all this out. So that's what I'm gonna do now is start working all that out. So there's a bunch of stars here for sure. And let's see if I can get any pattern at all. I have to assume that the pointing is relatively decent. Um, Relatively decent. So probably I'm probably going to be pretty darn close, right? But like I said, I don't really know what my scale is on the chart. It should be approximately the same as what I'm used to. So I'm sort of going with that, but you know, one never knows for certainty. So cool. All right. Um, uh, Yeah, okay. Well, I'll look for that booster thing. That might be why, because I'm outside here with the smartphone, and I'm relatively far from the Wi-Fi. I'm probably a good maybe I don't know, almost 100 feet or so away. So, all right, I'm going to try to concentrate here and see if I can figure out where I'm pointing in the sky using the stars that I'm seeing. So I've got this nice pattern here. I've got this nice pattern here. Dang, I should be able to pick this out. I guess I'm gonna zoom out a little bit on my chart just in case, because as I said, I really don't know the field of view, and I really don't know um, uh, how well I'm pointing. So I'm doing what one does, and that is try to find some patterns, try to match the pattern that I'm seeing on the screen here with the pattern on the chart, and it's a struggle. It's definitely a struggle, not fun. This is probably the most painful part of this whole thing, is figuring out where I am. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to scooch these stars up, see if there's anything else. And that's me jiggling the telescope there. I got to be careful to not do that too much. Okay, so I'm going to scooch them over to the left, see if there's anything else useful there. Got a nice pattern. Got a really nice pattern there. Dang. But so far, no real luck. That's me bouncing the telescope around again, moving around, trying to get to the mouse here, because I need to be able to move on the chart too. So it's not supposed to get as cold today either. Last night when I quit, it was 24 degrees Fahrenheit out here. And currently, we can actually look at this. Current conditions. .3 Fahrenheit and 37% humidity. Temperature going down, humidity going up. Pretty typical. So the forecast is that it wasn't supposed to get any cooler than about 39, but it's already beaten that. Scooch those down a little bit, because I'm going to be coming back to M79 over and over and over again too. So I really need to familiarize myself with this guy. And so I'm looking around and I've got a really bright guy here. That's probably 9th magnitude or so. Nope. It's a very rich star field for sure. Hey there, ERRT radio. Yeah, hope all is well with you, Ronald, over there. Got another Obs-Session going on here. Crazy astronomer at work. Gonna be a busy night as long as I can track down these targets. So it's always I know approximately how big my field of view is. It's about a tenth of a degree wide. So I'm looking at my chart and I'm like, okay, there's half, there's a quarter, there's that. So yeah, that's a really small. It's a really small area. So if I'm pointing too poorly, man, I'm not gonna see it. But you know, we got to be persistent. We definitely got to be persistent, and I'm gonna stick with this for a little while. I'm definitely the main driver tonight is the variable star. So actually, the name of the variable star is BT um, Eridanus. So it's in the constellation, of course, of Eridanus, and it's an eclipsing binary star. So that's a secondary star actually passing in front of a primary star, brighter star, and blocking out the light. So what we see is a dimming effect. I'm trying to get my bearings here, but I'm not having any early luck. I'm not having any early luck. I was hoping to get a little lucky and just bang right on it, but that's not how it looks like it's gonna be. Which, that's how it goes. That's the life of the astronomer. So otherwise things are really, really well here. Just hanging out. Very, very happy to have resolved my problem with the images. They are now round dots as opposed to little streaks. So that's a good thing. Um, so let's see here. Yeah, evidence, evidence as to sometimes how absolutely terrible I am at this. See, we've got this really rich field of stars. See, we got these guys up here. So I should be able to see this pattern. Whoop, dang it. Let's scooch that back down a little bit. I kind of like to see that other one. Scooch them down a little bit. Okay. So I'm looking for, I've got these two bright ones. I've got this shape here. I've got all these over here. It's a wealth of um, pattern information, an absolute wealth. So I should be able to hit this. So as of right about now, I am out of astronomical twilight. So I'm officially dark. Officially dark. And so I'm going to bang on this just for a few more minutes. A few more minutes. Because I'd really like to be able to see where I'm pointing here. As you know, I'm kind of a stubborn dude. So if I can get something started, I like to finish it. And when I can't finish things, it just drives me insane. Scooch that over to the right and up a little bit. Should go up, I think. Yep, okay. Keep you guys centered here a little bit. Yeah, Tim, look at my comments about wrenches over on the Discord server. Um, um, Bottom line is, for me, when you have a wrench, you have a job, and that's about it. And that's not anything to necessarily brag about or anything. So uh, so yeah, Ron is absolutely awesome. Um, but I don't know if he wants to be employed. I don't want to be employed. I don't think anybody does. So, so yeah, that's sort of how that is going to be for at least a little while. I reserve the right to change my mind at any moment, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to change my mind about that. It can't possibly be these. No. No, I think I'd be able to actually see it if I was looking at the cluster itself. At least I think so. Let's see. Yeah, see, on that scale, there's half, there's that, there's that. So, give this a few more minutes, and then I guess I'm going to have to move on because I want to get over to BT Airy and start. Well, I've got to find it first, but hopefully I won't have this much trouble finding it. And I guess what I'm going to do first, okay, I'm going to officially call it. I guess what I'm going to do first is I'm going to confirm that my pointing is okay. So I'm going to go back to 10th of a second exposures here. Zero 0.1 and start taking a series, and I'm going to tell it to go to Rigel and see how close we are here. Go to Rigel. Gotta find it on the list. Not in the field of view. Okay, I'm gonna have to move you just for a sec. So hold on, because that's our little tripod is. Yeah, it's a little bit off. I'm gonna scooch it on over and resync. Okay, I'm gonna resync it. Hold on. Let me do this really quickly here, because if I don't, my pointing is going to be absolutely terrible. Come on. Come on, Mr. Rigel, where are you? There you are. Here, I'll get you back over here, sort of. Bang, crash. Dun, 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 dun. Song and dance. Okay, we should be. Oh, too far. It's always fun. Moving too far that away. Man, I am just not doing well. just trying to go too fast. That's all this really is. Okay. Alright, I'm going to let that drift in. From the top. Scooch him over just a little tiny bit. Okay, so I'm going to let him drift into the middle. He should start moving to the left. And when he gets pretty close to the middle, I'll hit the align button. And now. Okay, so align success. Okay, let me check the focus really quick since I'm on a nice bright star. Put the Bahtinov mask on. Looks like I'm off a little bit. Come on. I'll get on to BT Airy here. Okay, it looks like I'm out of focus a little bit, so I'm gonna move it one way. Looks like the wrong way. Move it back the other way. Okay, that looks really good. Okay, so I'm going to scooch him off now and take the Bahtinov mask off, lest I forget. And let's go over to BT Eridanus. BT Eridanus. So this is the eclipsing binary star. So I've got my list here. I'm going to get rid of the M79 list. And I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to go to the BT Airy chart. And the BT Airy, gotta open that with WordPad so I can actually see it. Okay, so there's my coordinates. Let's go. Menu. Go to RA deck. Here we go. 03, 34, 31.1, and negative 39, 24, 43. All right, let's see what we've got here, boys and girls. So I need to change my exposure time to 1 second. Do 1 second exposures. And we've got a couple little stars in there. Good. Okay, so I'm going to start scanning around. This isn't quite as busy of a field of view, so I guess what I'll do, let's see, I can start with this, and oh, I think I see a pattern already. So I think there might be another faint star just to the right here, so I'm going to move these to the left. Ooh, I don't know. Oh, yeah. Well, no, hold on. Is that... No, that's... Okay, that's not the pattern. It was really, really close close to a pattern I was seeing, but no, that's definitely not it. Okay, wow, man, I thought I was gonna get really lucky there. Okay, so I got to poke around. I'm seeing actually kind of a Big Dipper here. Look at that. It's kind of cool. Um, so man, should be able to see that pattern pretty easily on my chart. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit here. See if I can see any funky looking Big Dipper. Because yeah, that's kind of crazy. That it looks so much like the Big Dipper. Wow, that's kind of neat. Um, so I'm looking around, looking around. These are all pretty faint stars, right? These are going to be 12th magnitude stars. Um, and again, I got to look at my scale here. Okay, so um, that's a really that should be a really easy pattern to see at almost any scale as far as that goes. It's going to be pretty faint stars though. Pretty faint. So I just got to be super duper patient here and work it out because I'm going to be coming back to this target multiple times tonight, right? It's currently going through its eclipse, but it's getting fainter and fainter and fainter right now. In about an hour, it'll be at its minimum. So I definitely want to catch it sort of before that. So that's why I'm working to see if I can find that pattern. Trying. Should be able to. Should be able to. So yeah, this is an eclipsing binary star. So it's two stars, one fainter than the other, and our line of sight is such that the fainter one just passes right in front of, maybe not exactly in front of, but it does pass in front of the brighter one, which causes us to see it, the whole system dim. We actually can't see both components, right? We're only going to see one bright target. Oh, I'm going to scoot you over a little bit. Sorry about that. As you can see, I'm trying to get this guy in here. And yeah, wow, that pattern I should be able to really easily see. But got to get my bearings first, and that's always difficult. You got to get your I've got to get my scale right. I've got to understand, how the bright stars on the chart correspond to the stars on the actual image itself. So I'm calibrating, right? And that's just hard. It's just really hard. But I'm going to stick to this for a little while because, like I said, I mean, I'm going to be coming back to this over and over and over again. So the more I can sort of familiarize myself with the chart, the better. Definitely the better. I'm going to scooch that down just a little tiny bit so I can see that top star. Whoop, I don't know why it moved that way, but it did. Scooch it down this time. There we go. Scooched it a little bit too far. But, see, so that's also a nice looking box there. So, man, I cannot believe that I'd be incredibly far off. Can't believe that I would be really, really, really far off on this. We checked the pointing right before we saluted this guy. So, it's got to be around here somewhere. Definitely got to be around here somewhere. So, hang with me, everybody. This is how it goes. I'm not I'm not here to entertain. I'm here to take you with me on this journey. So hope it's well, I guess moderately amusing, if nothing else. Nope, not that. 1/10 of a degree. .12. Is that right? It's 12. Oh, it's 2/10 of a degree. It's 2/10 of a degree. So, okay. So that's a little bigger. Okay. It's a little bigger field of view than what I thought. Okay. Yeah, it's 2/10 of a degree in size. Okay. So, that opens it up a little bit for possibilities. Come on. I'm going to let go of my paddle so I don't have to be twisting in a yoga position. See, here's this over here, but I'm not seeing the handle of the dipper over there. So, okay, let me zoom way out. It's going to be about 1/4 of a degree in size. Now, I mean, there's a possibility that it's not even on this chart, but I don't think so. This chart I've made has a 2-degree radius, so it's a big radius. If my pointing isn't good to 2 degrees, then I've got more trouble than what I really want. So, I got it. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so I need to go, if I move this pattern to the left, I should hit a, oh, where'd my pattern go? Yeah, if I move straight over to the left, I should hit a brighter star. So let's do that. I'm getting a little bit of wind here. I think I've got it, boys and girls. Not too far off. Definitely not too far off. Okay, scooch over. Come on, baby. Okay, should be hitting a relatively bright star right down there pretty soon. seeing goes really, really weird. So there's a faint one. There's two faint ones. There's the bright one. Okay. All right. So now what I need to do, my star is way over this away and up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up. No, I'm going to keep going over. I'm going to keep going to the right, and I should pick up another sort of line of stars. Yes. And the next one should be a little brighter. Coming in on the right. Yes. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I think from here, is I'm going to get this guy. Haha. It's always fun. Okay, so there's my line of 4. I know exactly where I am. Cool. Okay. Man, it's always so painful. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to move these stars down. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to move them slowly down. Okay, stop. Stop. It's still going. Okay, I'm going to scooch that back a little bit. Okay. So now I'm going to move these stars down. And I should pick up in about a field and a half, maybe 2 fields, I should pick up a triangle of stars that are almost exactly the same in brightness. Almost exactly the same. Oh, yay. It's a field of absolutely nothing between those stars that just moved down to the bottom and this triangle of 3 stars. 1, 2. Where's number 3? Should be right off the top. Yes. Okay. So now I have to move either left or right. And I think I need to move these stars to the left. Yeah. And what I should hit is a very bright star coming in on the right. I should hit that faint one, that one, and coming up on the right should be a couple of little faint ones, and then right next to the little faint ones, okay, there's the 2 faint ones, and here comes my bright one. Here it comes. You ready? You ready? There it is. There's my target right there. That is BT Eridanus, the eclipsing binary star. So that was a painful exercise, but as soon as this is stabilized, come on, I want you to stabilize here, Bubba. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot him over to the right again and up a little bit. And there we go. Make sure he's nice and stable in terms of the tracking. Yay! Yay! Okay, looks like we're good. So I'm going to abort this. I'm going to go into 1x1 binning. This is the first. This is a number of firsts tonight. This is the first variable star that I've ever observed through this system. This is going to be the first asteroid I've ever observed through this system. And this is going to be the first globular cluster that I've ever observed through this system. So this is a number of firsts tonight. And I'm going to make sure. Looks like we're tracking up a little bit, so I'm going to scooch him down one little blast. I'm going to make sure that I'm saving my data. Yes, sir. So I'm only taking 20 exposures, right? Because I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to move on to Juno, the asteroid Juno. Still looks like it's moving up a little bit. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So it looks like the seeing has sort of gone to shit a little bit, but that's okay. Had a little bit of wind, and that's sort of what happens with that. Is that the seeing goes bad? But yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not letting you see the whole thing here. The Eridanus. And we'll be looking at this for at least the next couple hours. I definitely want to watch it go through its minimum. Right now it's dimming, right? Or supposedly, at least according to the ephemeris. Hey there, James Dugan. Nice to see you. Hey, look, we have BT Eridanus on the live stream. This is an eclipsing binary star, and tonight I am watching it dim, go through its minimum, and start to brighten. Now, the minimum is supposed to be around 3:30 UTC, so that's in about 40 minutes or so. And then over the course of the next 4 hours, it's going to be brightening. So I'm not going to see the whole thing, but it dims and brightens by about 0.9 magnitudes or so. So over the course of the next few hours, which is, how long I'm going to be out here, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it that long. I'm going to be able to see it for a little while. I'll get something, right? So I should be able to see it go through its minimum, at least its primary minimum, and then see it brighten up. So we'll see. I'm taking a series of 20 exposures here, and then I'm going to move on to the asteroid Juno. So yeah, Astronomy Daily Live, Obs-Session. Never, ever have I ever observed a variable star. Never, ever have I observed an asteroid. And at least through this camera, I've never, ever imaged a globular cluster. So, typically, right, a visual observer there really isn't any point in observing variable stars. I suppose you can, but yeah, it should be noticeable, right? It should be noticeable. So yay, yeah, I'm really excited about this. With Juno, I'm going to be observing that over the same period of time, and I should be able to see it moving. And also, if there's any light curve, any kind of change in brightness due to rotation, I should be able to see that too. I'm not quite sure what the light curve of Juno looks like. Okay, so there's my 20th. I'm going to take 10 darks. You've always got to take your dark images along with your data, right? That's really important. So you know, it does take some time away from everything, but it's really important. Okay, so Mr. BT Eridanus, we will see you um, in just a little bit. All right, so what I'm going to do is once these darks are done, I'm going to go to Juno. We'll look for Juno. We'll take 20 images of Juno, and then we're going to flip back to BT Airy. BT Airy sort of has the priority tonight. So, I mean, if I drop anything at all, it's definitely going to be M79 first. And then, you know, if I need to dump Juno, I'll dump Juno as well. Shouldn't have to, though. Shouldn't have to. But, yay. First time ever collecting light from an eclipsing binary star. Never done that before, ever. So, yeah. Pretty exciting. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So we can do a temperature check here. Conditions check. Here we go, 34.2 Fahrenheit and dropping, 45% relative humidity and going up. So the forecast that I saw was that it wasn't supposed to get any colder than about 39, and it's already 34, so such is life. But that was wrong. The forecast also said that it was going to clear up, and it did. And I'm actually looking at the sky sort of for the first time tonight, and everything looks pretty good. Got a little tiny bit of a breeze, which I think is causing the seeing to sort of go bad here. 4 suns, 2 binary stars and planets. Oh, I missed that. Top and bottom. Wow. Yeah. James, we're gonna find some cool stuff. Okay, boys and girls, we're gonna move on to Juno now. I am so excited that we got that first one. So I'm gonna go back to 3x3 binning. I'm gonna turn autosave off. 1 second exposures, light frames, take the series, and we're gonna go over here. And Juno, I actually have that on my ephemeris since it's moving so much. So it's 255 UTC. So I'm gonna go down to 255 and punch in these coordinates. Here we go. Go there, go to RA. It's going to be 348, 24.7. 0348, 24.7. 24.7. And a positive 2119. 020119. All right, well, let's see how painful this is. Okay, so I'm going to close that, and I'm going to go over to the Juno plot. Now, this is where Juno was at the beginning of my observing night. So it's going to be in this area, right? But I don't expect it to be exactly right there because it's always moving. Always moving. So, okay, I'm gonna zoom you all back in if I can, so you can watch the antics and shenanigans as we go here. And so now, once again, I need to find these star patterns. But now I've got a pretty good sense of the scale and what I'm looking for. And of course, it's definitely not going to be easy. Good stuff like this never is. But I think I already found, yeah, I think I already found my pattern. If I move these stars to the right, I should see a line of stars, a bright one and some fainter ones. Just coming in to the left, if I've got my field right. Should be coming in here. Pretty sure. Should have a bright star about that bright coming in. Yep, there it is. So let's see if this is, there should be a fainter one right next to it, really, really close. And then even a fainter one. Yep. I'm going to zoom in on my chart so I can see what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, okay. All right, so now, and then another sort of brightish one. Brightish. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to scooch. Yeah, okay, so there's that guy. Yeah, wow, I found that nice and fast. I like it. Okay, I'm going to scooch this over to the right, and then everybody is going to be moving down. I'm going to move this down. And what I should see is actually two bright objects. One very bright star and one very bright something. Let's find out. Should be coming in here. Come on, baby. Ha ha. Okay. Well, one of those two bright ones is Juno. Which one? Well, I don't know. On my chart, both of these stars have little faint guys next to them. Here's where Juno was at the beginning of the night, and he's got a faint little guy next to him, and so does this star. And as you can see over here, yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I really don't care, because the next time we come back here, one of those will have moved. And I'm sort of thinking that this one's Juno, because see this faint guy here, right next to the red dot? I think that is that star right there, which I know you can't see very well. So I think this is Juno. Yes. Okay. Oh, that was easy. Okay, so I'm going to abort that, and come on. This mouse gives me trouble. It thinks I'm double clicking all the time. Okay, so I'm going to do 20 again, and start at 0, and I'm going to go Juno 001. Or are you talking about a different kind of metal? So yay. All right, well, this is the asteroid Juno. Very cool. I'm pretty excited. Very exciting. So yeah, the next time we look at this, it should be it should be in a slightly different location. Slightly, right? It's not moving incredibly fast, but over the course of the night, we will definitely notice it moving. And I'm going to let this stream go a little bit. I noticed that it's 3:04 UTC, so technically it's over an hour, but yeah, I'm going to keep it going here for a little while. Keep it going for a little while. And I'm going to scooch those guys up a little bit on this next download. I definitely don't want to be moving it while it's making its 1 second exposure. Oh, but that wind, the wind is jostling it around a little bit. See those? How they're not round. Just the tiniest little breeze. It's wreaking a little bit of havoc. So Amanda's doing a comedy show tonight. That's cool. What is it? Is it her comedy, or is it like a recorded thing? There's some nice round stars. Yay. Well, 1 star, 1 asteroid. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Yes, yes. Thank you, Nightbot. If you're so inclined to do so. I think some of this is tracking too. It's for some reason it's having some trouble. Tracking. But wow, I am so happy I could find that so fast. Now we're going to go back to BT Airy. All right, I'm going to take another series of 10 darks, and then I'm going to go back to BT Airy and take another series of 20 images. As I said, it's going to be a busy, busy night. Okay, series of 20 done. I'm going to take the darks, 10 darks. Let that cook. Juno. Yes! I've never, ever, ever seen an asteroid through my telescope before. And, you know, as I said, I was racking my brain, you know, because I've got a long astronomical career. A lot of it observational, a lot of it theoretical, a lot of it programming, all of that. And I'm trying to rack my brain to remember if I ever have seen an asteroid, looked at an asteroid at all, and I don't think I ever have. So this is a first. Oops. I want to make sure that I'm getting the data that I want. Yes. Ah, I'm happy. Happy camper. Okay, well now we're going to go back to BT Airy. So I'm going to get all prepared here. Get rid of that chart and pull up BT Airy again. Do you want to see where that dipper was? Do I have time to show you? Yeah. Okay, so here's BT Airy over here, right? Do you see it? Right there. Okay. Here's the dipper. Right there. So, yeah, I found it. Found it. Definitely not easy. But it can be done. But now I know what my scale is, right? And I know how faint stars are. So regardless of where this is in the pointing, I should be able to nail it. Technically, what I should do is check focus and check pointing, but I'm not going to. Yes, ERRT radio, it's a small view. Okay, so I'm going to go back to light, and I'm going to go back to my 500s, 3x3s, turn off autosave, and start firing away here on the 3x3 binning. So once again, you'll be able to watch the, this is the eclipsing binary star. So BT Airy is going to be 0, 3, 34, 31.1, enter, negative 39, 2443. Let's see if we see any patterns this time. There's a wiggly star going through there. Okay, so I'm seeing a little star there. I'm going to scooch him over. See what we've got to work with here. So mid-eclipse is in about 20 minutes. There's a bright one down there. Oh, there's another bright one. There's a triangle there. I love triangles. I love triangles. So I'm going to scooch those guys up and see if I can see anything else. And I'm going to start looking for a triangle. Triangle of 3 sort of similarly bright stars. Of course, it's not going to be the same triangle as it was before. I'll scooch these up. Just scan around a little bit. Because, yeah, those are pretty darn bright. Ooh, there's 3 right in a row. Oh man, if I can't see that, I might as well just give up. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so I need to go, if I scooch these guys to the left, do I want to go to the left? Yeah, okay, if I just do that, yeah, okay, so if I go to the left, and then if I move these guys down, then I should run into another star, which is going to be familiar. The telescope basically sort of basically pointed in the same direction. So I should be picking up a similarly bright star coming off the top here. At least if I'm going the right way. Yep, there he is. Okay, I'm going to put him right in the middle. And then, yes, And then I'm going to move him to the left. I've got it. I've got it. I've got it. Sorry, I'm like a kid in a candy store here. Star hopping is my pastime. So here's this. I, I I I don't know if you recall this, but this is the same path that I took the last time I went to this target. So I'm going to scooch this guy over like that, and then I'm going to move them all straight down, which means, no, I'm going to move them up. Sorry, I'm going to move down. Okay, stop moving to the left, boys and girls. Come on, you gotta stop moving to the left. Okay, so now I'm gonna move them up, and we should hit our triangle of stars again. We're gonna go into no man's land here. Oh, wait a minute. I want to go... Sorry, I want those stars to go down. Yeah, I want those stars to go down. Okay. Phew. Okay, come on. Let's get on you. Go down the little triangle. Small moves, right? I'm making really, really, really small moves. I don't want to wonk on this thing. I'm making really small moves, and then I'm letting the image sort of catch up. So I should hit those triangle of 3 stars again. There they are. Oh, there's 2 of them. Scooch him down a little bit more. And then I want to move him to the left. And we should run into BT area again. Yay. Yay. Should see a couple of faint stars coming in on the right. Momentarily. And then a bright one, which is the variable star. Eclipsing, and you know, technically it's not a variable star, right? It's an eclipsing binary star. There he is. So we'll get him centered up. Small moves, small moves. Don't want to lose it. And then I'm going to move him up. Yay. Now what I have to do is my right leg has been jiggling, and I cannot do that during the observation. That motion will jiggle the telescope. So maybe that's why I was seeing some of the streaks I was seeing with Juno. So I need to stop doing that. Okay, hopefully this stabilizes. Make sure it's stable. It's pretty stable. As soon as I know it's stable. stable enough. Let's go one more. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to turn autosave on, set this to 0 again, and we're going to call it BT 002. And this is going to be 1x1 binning, 20 images, and autosave is on. Here we go. So theoretically, this is about 10 minutes before minimum. And I'm definitely going to scooch him down. Come on. It's okay as long as he's in the field of view. But looking like he's trucking up to the top. I might have bumped the telescope there. So way at the top there. Might lose him for a second. Yeah, lose him for one image there. Not happy about that. But now he should be back, and I'll scooch him down. I'll only lose a couple of images here. There he's back. Scooch him down a little more, get him a little better situated. Scooch him down a little bit more. Definitely don't really care where it is on the camera as long as it's there, because I'm just measuring the brightness of that one target. So that's BT Airy, an eclipsing binary star. It's going through an eclipse right now. It's about a 7-hour eclipse, and minimum is happening about 3:30 UTC, so in about 7 minutes, according to the predictions. It's going to be as faint as it's going to be. And over the course of the next couple hours, which I don't know if I'm going to have a couple hours to see this thing, but at least as long as I can see it, it'll start to brighten, right? So actually the next time I observe it, it'll be past its predicted minimum and going back to brightening. And the difference between the maximum brightness and the minimum brightness is about 9/10 of a magnitude. So that's a pretty good spread, right? It's a pretty good spread. Very exciting. Very exciting. As I said, this is sort of a different operation than what I have been doing, i.e., finding a target, sitting on it, for half an hour or more, collecting 100 images, and then you're just moving on to, basically the same thing, doing it again. So yeah, man, this tracking is kind of shitty tonight. Not too happy with that. But every day is different, right? If every day was exactly the same, might be nice for a while, but then it'd get awfully boring. This way, I'm kept on my toes. I'm pretty happy with the focus, though. I'm looking at these fainter stars here, and they're pretty much sitting on a pixel or two. So pretty good, pretty good. Did I did I take my darks with Juno? I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look. So that's the 19th image. I'm gonna take 20 here. And then I'm gonna take 10 darks. So this is the last science image. So I'll take 10 darks here. 10 like that. And 10 darks. 1 second each. And I'm gonna go up and see. Oh, I did. Okay. Well, now I guess I have a decision to make. Should we go to M79 or should we go back to Juno? Juno's pretty nice and high. M79 is pretty nice and high. You know, I haven't seen M79 yet. And I was trying to see that earlier and I couldn't find a pattern. It's a really, we're M79 is just south of the constellation Orion. So maybe what I'll do is I'll keep this live stream going. Let's get M79, okay? Or at least let me try to get M79. Now that I sort of have my bearings in terms of the field of view on the charts, and also what the size of the dot of the star on the chart versus the brightness of the star on the image. Now I've got a pretty good sense of what that is. Let's do a quick environment check here. 37.6 and 40% humidity. Humidity's dropping. Temperature is going up. So interesting. As I said, we did have a little tiny bit of a breeze, which I don't know. I mean, it still feels a little bit cold, but like I said, last night it was when I finished around 11 o'clock p.m. It was 25 degrees Fahrenheit, so that was nice and chilly. So 37, it's a balmy 37. But yeah, I think I want to go for M79 really quick, and I'm going to give it like 10 minutes to look for it. If I get it, then we'll take, some, 20 images of it, and then we'll go back to BT Airy. Okay, we're good. So let's do that, and it's going to be that, and we're going to go. Cool. Well, excellent. No finder chart required. So this is a very, very small globular, as you can see. But pretty sweet. So I have never, ever seen a globular cluster through this camera. Ever. This is a first. So this is the third first. It's a crazy, crazy night when you have 3 firsts in a row, right? Beautiful. Pretty nice. This software, CCD Soft, is stretching the image. So we're looking at sort of the bottom bit. I can tell you that it is definitely not saturating at all. Not at all. So I'm going to get this sort of centered up here and make sure that we're tracking okay. And then I'm going to take a series of 20 images. So it's 331, which theoretically means that BT Airy is at its minimum right now. Okay, I think this is pretty centered up, stable. So we're going to turn autosave on. We're going to go to 0. We're going to say M79 001. 1x1 binning. 20. 1-second exposures. Are we ready? Autosave is on. Let's go. Anxious to see this. With the 1x1 binning. Tracking is crap. Maybe it's because I bumped it. I might have. Huh. Those stars are streaks. Wow, all those stars are streaks. Try to get this stabilized here. I don't know if the seeing has gone bad. I don't know if I'm tracking really bad. I think the tracking is just being a bugger tonight. For some reason. Now, of course, I'm really paranoid about the collimation, but yeah, damn, all those stars are streaks. I mean, very visible streaks, not even subtle streaks. Those are many, many pixels. I don't know what's going on. Almost want to, after this, I almost want to check my focus and actually check the collimation. I'm really paranoid about collimation now, which I shouldn't be, but I am. But all of those stars are streaks. Dang. I'm getting some wind. Why are we getting streaks here? Not too happy. Not happy at all. Wow. That's terrible. Okay, James. Take care. Thanks you could come in. Awesome. Yeah, I'll continue to battle this. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what's going on with this thing. I mean, these are all really, really faint stars, but you know, I should not be seeing little streaks. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to take my darks, because I'm up to my 20 here. I'm going to take my darks, 10 darks, and then I'm going to go over to Rigel. And come on. And check the focus. I'll check the collimation. But wow, I'm not too happy with that. For some reason, I'm not quite sure why. But all of those images had really streaky stars in it. Should not be streaky like that. Should not be streaky. Let me take you on that little voyage, and then I will end the live stream. I know this is going on pretty long, so yeah, we're already an hour 40 into it. So I'm going to be here for at least a couple more hours, two and a half hours or so, a few more. Grabbing these dark images after taking some pretty terrible shots of M79. Well, I did see the asteroid Juno. Going to continue observing that. Going to continue observing BT Eridanus, which is very, very low on the horizon, which is one of the reasons why I might have another hour on that. But yeah, I need to get over to Rigel and check the pointing and the focus and the collimation. I want to do all three of those things. Because, yeah, those M79 images are pretty terrible. It is the first time that I've ever observed a globular cluster, though, through this scope. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, ooh, wow, that sort of just deflated me a little bit. So hopefully I will see that the focus is moderately okay, and that the collimation, I've gotten paranoid about the collimation. But that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so autosave off. Go back to 3x3 binning. Turn that on high. 0.1 second exposure, 1/10 of a second exposure. And we're gonna go, come on, like that. Okay, so let's go over to Rigel. See how bad the pointing is. Goodbye, M79. Maybe we'll see you again. Okay, not in the field of view. Not too surprised at that. Kind of far off. Not terrible. Maybe I'll resync it. I think it's just to the lower right there. I see it brightening. Yep. I think I will resync it. Trying to get it right in the middle, if I can. Not always the easiest thing in the world to do. There we go. Oh. Well, that'll do. Okay, so now I'm going to check focus. And actually, I'm going to check collimation first. I can do that by easily defocusing. Collimation looks really good. Collimation looks great. See that nice dark circle in the middle of the other circle? Kind of hard to see because it's moved. I don't see any collimation problem there. Trying to move them up. There we go. Probably moved too far. Do you see how that's a nice, perfect ring? So my collimation is just fine. So I think that's just tracking. That's just bad tracking for some reason. Come on. It's not as if I'm standing here doing nothing. Look at that nice round donut. Okay, so we're good with the focus, or we're good with collimation. I'm going to bring the focus back in, refocus with the batten off mask, bring this down as good as I can, and we can fine tune it. Back with the batten off. And I think with that, everyone, I'm going to let you all go. I'm going to end the live stream. I will refocus here. And then I'm going to end the live stream. Get that center spike right in the middle. Looks pretty good right there. Okay. Keep that down. I really don't want it burning up my camera. All right, cool. All right. Take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there with me. It's been cool. I'm gonna keep going here. I'm gonna go back to BT Airy and back to Juno and just have a blast here. So take care. Thanks, everybody. I will see you. I don't know if it's gonna be clear again tomorrow or not. I'll keep you posted. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.